everyone, let's get started with reading for today. Before we get started, let's look at our high frequency words for today. So for our book, our high frequency words are see, they, and when. Let's begin. So an important word from our story is the word pond. Can anyone tell me what is a pond? You can pause here to talk with your grown-up about it. A pond is a small body of water that is surrounded on all sides by land. So here in the middle of our picture, I see the water and all around it is grass and land. This is a pond. I wonder what kinds of animals and plants we might find at a pond. You can pause here again to talk with your grown-up about what kinds of plants and animals you might see at a pond. So some animals and plants you might see in and around a pond are fish, ducks, and frogs. And plants we might see are reeds or lily pads. Let's take a look at the front of our story. So looking at the picture and the words, what do you think we might be reading about today? The title of our story is The Busy Pond. In the picture, I see a pond, I see different plants, and I see some animals too. I see a boy as well. Our story is written by Kate Page and it's illustrated by Cindy Hill. As you read the story, don't forget to point to each word as you read it. I see water when I go to the pond. Now it's your turn to read along with your grown-up. So in our story, we read about lots of different things that you see when you go to a pond. Here are some things that we saw from the story. We saw ducks, cattails, and lily pads. Sometimes when you're reading, we classify or we sort objects into groups. It helps us remember about the different kinds of things that we read about. So in our story, we read about ducks, cattails, and lily pads. We're going to sort our objects into groups. Some of them belong in the plants group and some belong in the animals group. I'm going to sort one first. We read about cattails today. Cattails belong in the plants group. This will help me to remember that I read about plants today. We read about other things too, lily pads and ducks. Next, I'm going to sort ducks. Do ducks belong in the plants category or the animals category? A duck is an animal, so I'm going to put ducks under the animals category. Now it's your turn to try. Next we have lily pads. Will lily pads go under plants or animals? You can ask your grown-up for help and pause the video here. Lily pads go under the plants category. Nice job, everyone.